Hey guys, Wolf of Dimensions coming back at you with a new video. Today we have something a little more unique. I've been doing theories for a long time, but I've kind of been on that borderline, only doing theories after I get knowledge of information. So I'm going to start changing that because I know I need to. I'm going to start doing more about stuff that I think is going to end up being the turnout. In this case, it's the Godzilla King of the Monsters theory, but it's more based on King Ghidorah, as you see in the photo. Now, the big deal about Ghidorah is that with him being hyped up to be probably the main villain, we know he's going to be a pretty hardcore. He's going to have a pretty hardcore entrance. But the question to me is, it's not what he can do. It's not really even how he's going to look. But what's his origin? Godzilla's origin has changed slightly as well, not being too different from the originals though. Just like the original, he is a million-year-old dinosaur, like a creature that's existed for a long time. But just how he was awoken and stuff is kind of different, and when he appeared. Now, the biggest question for me is Ghidorah gonna be from outer space? Is he gonna be the monster that reigned terror throughout the universe, destroyed planets, civilizations? Or is he going to be another creation or spawn from a time when people were not around? Now, of course, the most obvious answer people would go with in the specific general area is probably no, he's not a space monster. They're trying to be more realistic about it. But, there was that whole, Godzilla shouldn't be realistic argument segment for the longest time when the 2014 movie came out. Now, what Gareth Edwards had said then was, what would it be like if monsters actually were in our world? It doesn't mean it's realistic, because realistically, monsters like that can't exist unless solely underwater, which I believe is possible, but that's for something else. Now, Ghidorah himself, I want to believe he is from space. I feel like he's been so ingrained into that. I mean, the only other time he's never been ingrained to the space, to the stars really, is GMK. And, I won't lie, GMK wasn't the best movie, but Ghidorah's role in that was pretty amazing. The only hero Ghidorah, too, which it's really big deal when you think about it. Having Ghidorah play the good guy meant a lot of things were changing. You had Godzilla playing the bad guy and Ghidorah the good guy. It was like a full reversal, which was pretty unique, and that's why I kind of loved the movie, if you had to be honest. But again, Ghidorah is going to be the bad guy here. We know it. Godzilla is the hero. Whether Gareth Edwards wanted it or not, he remade the hero Godzilla. And in doing so, he's basically setting up the promise for there to be a huge villain. Now, you see, the Heisei Ghidorah, I don't really count. He was made, and that's the other origin. I don't think that origin was made well. Now, I said earlier his only other strange origin was that one. Yes, there was the one in the Heisei era where he was made, but I don't like that origin. Personally, even though Ghidorah from the Heisei era was really awesome, his origin to me was garbage. The only other origin he's ever had that's ever been decent was the hero origin of him being a beast from the past, which he kind of is, just not from space this time. Now, I will grant you that I do think that he will have a more ornate, personally to me, I think he'll have a more ornate look. Like how GMK looked very, like ancient dragon. I kind of hope that's what they go for when they go for Ghidorah. Now, would a modern reptile version be awesome? Yes, but I always loved his, that's what I didn't like about the Heisei Ghidorah, is really, he didn't have that ornate, look to him. I think GMK Ghidorah will technically always be my favorite style of Ghidorah. Personally, when I love looking at Ghidorah, that's the Ghidorah I like to just look at and say, oh, that's amazing. So, I really hope I'm really betting on them going for a more ornate look for Ghidorah, really, because it just suits him. He's over the top, he's pompous, he's overconfident, he's evil. He needs that look, like the Heisei, or not the Heisei, the Shoei tried to pull it off. So I'm really hoping they go for that ornate, over-the-top look for him. That's what he needs. He needs to be this towering force that seems to be almost impossible to get rid of. Now, but as I was saying, I'm really betting on him being from space. I feel like that's too big of a thing for him. Like, I feel like if you start taking out that origin, I feel like you start meddling with the ground. Like, you know, meddling with the fan base especially. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Heisei series is my favorite era. Like, when I do my Godzilla-thon after D-Man finishes his, I'm definitely going to sink my teeth into the Heisei era. Like, that's going to be a big bulk of my knowledge. But I just don't like his origin there. So tell me, guys, would you like to see him be human-made? Would you like him to be this ancient creature? Or would you like him to be the space monster, the evil terror of the universe? I'd really like to know what every one of you thinks, and if you agree with my opinion or not. Because I honestly think he'll be from space. I think he needs to be. I think that would tie everything in. You have the hero from Earth. You have the villain from space, unknown. Like, it's like the void of space. It's unknown, mysterious, huge, and it's just powerful. And you have Godzilla, something more humble and something, even though powerful, still has his own weaknesses. Also, I think it'd be cool if the Mutos return, maybe, like one of them gets killed by Ghidorah, like the Gaios did in Gamera 3. Well, bye guys.